moto people that are completely lost with reality.
I could be one of those. It totally is, yeah. So my amateur career was good. Was it great? No.
Hi, yeah, my name is Brock Armbruster, Ezra's dad. Yeah.
Mentioned there's a big switch in kind of your demeanor and higher.
Yeah.
This is a story that began 10 years ago for all of us.
Roll on
That's
this.
an intro.
Roll on this. Yeah, I know that terminology.
The fellas hoped that this day would come. We just didn't know it would be this soon.
We came in right before the final bell here.
My name is Max Shane, and I'm racing the 250B class, the Schoolboy 2 class, and the 450B class. Yeah, my trainer, Greg Albertson, he told me racing's the best way to get better, so we've been all over the map, and I've been traveling everywhere, driving by myself, so it's been a tough one, but I mean, I love racing, so this is what I'm here for.
It's good to be back at the World Mini. Let's just put it that way. It's like, oh, well, it's this and it's that. It's like, it's different. So it's cool to see that, like, in the top 5, we got 3 of the top 5 riders. As a facility, we trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days a week because it's so important to go racing.
Yeah, so we're at Mesquite, Nevada, here for World Mini, and World Mini used to be, meaning it was just outside Vegas. It was at the Speedway, and it was a very big amateur national back in the day. I think my very first year at World Mini would have been 01, 02, I think. If I look back, it's probably right around there, maybe 2000-ish, right? But yeah, 2000 to 2003, let's call it, or 2001, so 2002. And very big national. It was always a lot of fun as a kid I think the first time I went, I think I was around 10 years old-ish. And that would have been, I think, our first national, because I'm from up by Seattle, Washington, west of Seattle, from a smaller town. And that was the closest amateur national that we had.
But before we go anywhere, let the journey to the World Mini Grand Prix begin.
Whole life. Well, 3 hours, 45 minutes to the Las Vegas airport to pick up pods.
Good morning from Auburn, California. Currently headed to Sacramento International Airport. Got a flight out of there to Vegas, where the Camworks boys are gonna swoop me in the van and head to Mesquite. World Minis, Moto. Gonna be a super sick weekend.
And we're making a jaunt up to the top left corner of Arizona, a little town called Mesquite. We got Bugs here with us.
What up, dog?
And it's time to show up and show out. I mean, this is what it's all about. We're going to this race to tell a story of World Minis. So Andy's done some research over the last day. We had 24 hours to prepare in this 5-hour drive, and we're gonna hash out how we're gonna tell this story. This could be viral here. So bad no matches.
Garage is totally full, so we've got us out here at the West Economy lot. Oh, it's a busy day. That's definitely got you in the damn gravel. You know you're leaving Sac when you see the undercarriage of that big ass rabbit. Smells like cigarettes and losing money.
I knew we'd find you over here somewhere. Why? Let's do it. Welcome.
Started off with, how did we end up here hanging out with all the guys over at Moto?
Yeah, let's go a week back.
Yeah, I mean, we've been super busy, right? We just did a shoot with Axel Hodges, one of the biggest shoots of our lives. So luckily for
for us, you know, we were gonna do the regular route that we had done the previous years, and luckily Greg Albertson over at Game Moto shot a quick comment in that chain there of that post, and got us over here. We were able to talk to Wes and, you know, be lucky enough to come over here and tell the story of the World Mini. It's really cool to be in this position to not only be mentored and learn a lot from Wes and all the guys over at Moto, but to be able to come to a race and not do our typical race side service that, if you guys know who we are or what we do, we usually do a race side service on the weekends that is a premier photo, video, and drone service all over America, where we follow around, you know, any athlete that is looking for a memory of any type, whether that's sitting down for an interview and getting on our YouTube channel, or that's a 30-second edit, or maybe a couple photos. That's usually what CamWorks is on the weekends. And Wes saw a little bit more in us and wanted us to come and just come strictly tell stories. So thanks to him, we were able to kind of reframe our usual foundation and be able to kind of pour our hearts into what Wes has been and the crew has been pouring into their hearts into for the last couple of years, trying to research the World Mini here.
All my weight's on it.
Got a call midday Wednesday. I'm at work, and Christian's like, "You got time for a quick call?" I was like, "Yeah, definitely." Hop on the phone. He's like, "We're going to Arizona. I need you this weekend."
Yeah, I know. 12 hours. It's better than yesterday, though. I can't get this bullshit off, bro.
Well, I mean, just my brother for this one, but yeah, like from Springeting and Freestone, like my mom flew in and I drove by myself. So it's been quite the trip and quite the journey, but it's tough doing it by yourself at 17. This year has been definitely a step in the right direction. Been winning a lot. We started off with Arena Cross at the start of this year. We did well there, won a title there. Moved our way to Freestone, came home with a championship there. And then Springeting, we came home with another 3. So, and then Cal Classic, we won 4 there as well. So just continually racing. Hopefully we're gonna bring home some more here. And yeah, just continue racing.
This is the bike you like, so let's just go and have fun on it. All right. Don't worry about all these people. Worry about what you know how to do. That leg stays tight, that butt comes back, and you charge. Go blow this thing up for me. Hey, go have fun, okay? Go blow this bike up. Ride like you know how to ride, okay? Don't worry about no one around you, and just do what you know how to do, okay? I love you, big guy, okay? Come on, come on. Lean off the back and let's do it, big guy. Go, 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 go. Two's just as good as the one right now, but you need to push it hard. Go, big guy. Dig, dig, dig. Now. What? You need to go. You need to go. You need to go. You need to go. Where'd he go?
Well, he was quite a few seconds behind me.
Good? Huh? What happened? Huh?
It's slow up.
Yeah, it's not fast enough. All right, you're real good. Second, let's go down. He goes, not moving. Two's just as good as a one. You go down that last lap? No?
It's good riding. You feel good out there? I went off track.
You went off track?
You look good.
Yeah. Huh? Doubling the rollers? The first one, yeah. Now you know why when you ride that one? Why? This one's slow. Yes, it is. No, it's not.
Daddy, it is.
Huh?
It is.
This one's slower than this bike?
That one even didn't finish.
But you're not even jumping a second step up. Why?
Sure.
Why though?
But
Like why?
I'm trying to keep that inside.
Okay, well Meyer's jumping it to the inside. Yes, he is, big guy.
How's that moto?
That was good. He struggled a little bit with some intensity, but he rode really well. Just kind of lost the lead pack, that one guy in the front, and just kind of rode his race. But hey, a two's just as good as a one, so I'm happy with that. So he rode good. He rode smart.
You guys' first time out at this track, or how?
No, we came out here for area qualifiers, not just for this, but we did World Mini last year. But he likes this place. This is like, I don't know, the closest thing that we have to East Coast on the West Coast, you know? Yesterday was way different than today, obviously, but now we're fighting bike setups, so. But we're good. I'm happy with him. He's one of the younger kids in the 7-8 class, so. But.
Pushing him around.
Yeah,
okay,
that's good, man. Ride with the fast boys. That's why we came, because our biggest competition game. So.
I mean, boys, what did you guys think when you guys rolled over that hill for the first time?
Oh, beautiful.
Right?
I mean, you got all the mountains in the background. Like, you come over that and you just drop in and you see this entire track. It cuts up into the hillside. All the banners, it's beautiful.
I mean, 100 miles of visibility out here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've told Gary he's got a destination motocross track here.
Absolutely.
So I think in the next few years, you'll see this place just come alive because there's no track that's this scenic, right? It's 360 views of badassness in mountains. And I'm like, Gary, you have something very special here.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And for us to be able to unlock a map and be able to come here and, you know, shoot a new place is just so sick. You know, it's for us creators, we're so blessed to even be in this position. You know, we all grew up loving to have a camera in our hand and, you know, think that it could be maybe one day a job. But, you know, after 10 years of hard work, we're all kind of sitting here now, you know, still believing in the process, still believing in the hard work and work ethic that you got to get up every day and do it.
You said 10 years and you're 25?
I started when I was 14 years old at your Verb Classic at Oakfield. Actually, was my first shoot.
And I was a photographer.
And Andy was a photographer as well.
Helping out for Verb.
What year Verb Classic in Oakfield?
2014 or 15.
15. Yeah.
We all would have been there.
You were there. No, I know you were there. I hung out with.
We know you got it.
Yeah, no,
And then I remember I was hanging out with B-Row Brandon at that time.
Stop it.
Yeah, I was young, but they used to call me Little Pimp. A lot of people probably know me from around the track back in the day. But yeah, I mean, I was around.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I was around for sure.
Shout out B-Row.
Yeah, shout out B-Row. That's a deep cut right there. That's a deep cut. Yeah.
That's unreal to bring this full circle. I had no idea.
We need more kids racing, right? We don't just need a bunch of facility kids. We need kids racing, and to see them sign up for more classes to try to move themselves further up in the app.
That's cool.
That's phenomenal. So it's going to encourage racing regionally and all across the country. So I think it's
that was
great,
a thing
great
for so long. Like, you know, wherever the training facility, MTF, GPF, whatever, is like, dude, we're going to hit an area, a regional, we're going to do Loretta's, maybe another, whatever, and that's it. Like, now, are you
Yeah.
guys encouraging gate drops again? Are we back to that?
Yeah, I mean, well, think about it, is you race. That's what you do. So the best way to get better at racing is to race.
To
and
do so, yeah.
you know, you can stack 5-6 days together practicing, and you can learn a lot. But you can stick 5 to 6 gate drops in one day, and that's where you learn the most, because there's outside variables and there's different environments that you don't face every day. So
Yes.
to me, it's you have to be racing all the time.
The switch had flipped once I turned pro, and I think part of that for me was I had good product. My dad always made sure my bikes were dialed in. But did we have the best product? No, and I think that helped me in the long run. I honestly do. You know, as you can see where we're sitting in my rig right now, you know, like this is for me and my wife, right? Like, yeah, the kids have this. It's one of the probably coolest rigs here. Part of me thinks I'm making them soft, honestly. I really do. But the other part of it is that's tough for me is once I did turn pro, I did it at a very high level. And I only know how to do it one way now. Shit gets real now because it's a fuck ton of work.
But Jake, talk to me about you, because you're our story camera of our crew. So what was it like following around VILLOPOTO for a day?
Yeah, what a cool experience.
Hang on. Okay, I'll meet you up there. Okay? What?
My bad. I got camera, my bad.
He was just trying to get the shot. He's just trying to get in the shot. How are you? Good. Who's got your bike? All right, your mechanic. All right. Can I see this? Pick your gate, bud. You have to stay in that rut, okay? And as soon as you get out past the cameraman, you got to get your feet on the pegs as soon as you can and get back. Get that tire to dry and drive it all the way into the first turn, okay? Hey, the track's nothing like it was so far at the beginning of the week. It's gonna be much more, the track's gonna be much more open to ride on, okay? Let's get the step up before the, going into the cavity, okay? Look at me. And then if you're not doing the second one, you've gotta go up the inside. Don't go to the berm. Go to if you roll the second step up, you've gotta hug tight. Okay? Corner speed, have fun. I'm just hoping to have a better day today.
Better weather already.
We're off to a good start. All good. Get the jump, bud. Get the jump and drive it into the first turn. Start the race off right, okay? Way better. I know you did. I know you did. Shit happens. Okay? You rode better, a lot better. And I saw, hey, it's much safer to jump the step up afterwards. I saw you almost crash when you jumped far and you landed in the mud. Good job, bud. Your start was good. Hey, stop. You run it back, BRAX. Hey. Good job, bud. You got a good start. What? I know. It's okay. We have another moto. Hey, but the one thing is you creeped on the gate really bad. You have to keep your finger on the front brake to stop your bike from creeping. You almost hit the gate and then you stop and then you move back and the gate drops and you were late again. And you got a bad start because of that. Okay? You rode better that time. Stop. Let mom speak.
Right before you went over the bars, you went into the turn, and you were doing good, and then you heard something. Look over, let off the gas, it passed you, so your mind was not right, and then right after that, you went over the bars. You looked over,
You can't look.
number 16 go right by you. In that turn.
You cannot look back.
You went over the bars. No, but you looked over, and he was already like getting next to you. He wasn't in the same run as you. Don't look back. Don't look back.
Come here.
But yes, that's how you go over the bars.
Come here.
Then you got up, and then you fell over again.
Come here.
But your start, not so stellar. You were in like dead last off the gate.
Yeah, because he rolled and almost hit the gate. You rode better.
Drive my hair, Lisa.
You rode better that time. But here's the deal. You can't start in the fucking back. You got to keep your finger on the front brake and be able to do this. I know you were. You caught Braden a little bit, and you were riding well. And then LeBlanc passed you back. You passed him. He passed you back.
See my line the first lap?
I was coming back this way. But listen to me.
Cut over all the ruts and went.
Come on.
And went all the way right.
Come here.
Past everyone.
Come here. Get up there. You have to get, you need to get off the line. You gotta hold the front brake so you don't roll. You rolled and almost hit the fucking gate. You gotta give yourself a chance. The only chance you have is to get off the line. It happened 2 weeks ago at Paula. Last moto of the day, you started up front with the faster kids and you rode phenomenal. Because you're riding their pace, not the slow kids in the back.
Was I riding good?
You were riding better, yes.
And then I went over the road.
I know that, but that's your fault. You went into a rut that wasn't good for the 50. You got to keep your eyes up and keep looking where you're going, and you got to find the good lines. You're on a small motorcycle. Okay?
How long?
You have to give yourself a chance on the line.
Okay.
I didn't get to see your start, but I heard your start was awesome. Sick. But you have to stay up there with those guys. Okay? Mechanics area, where you're coming past me at mechanics area, there's not a rut coming into that. Once you come out past mechanics area, you have to drive it into that turn, Brax. Drive it into that turn, okay? All the turns, not just that one, but that one was the one I could really see.
What happened to him?
He crashed. I don't know.
Where?
After the rollers and that left into the sweeper before the step up. I think she's inside. Check.
I look at it as like school. You can study all week, but until you take the test, you don't find out what you really know, right?
No,
and I think
that's
racing is the test, right?
It is. You're right. Exactly. You test what you've been doing to find out if it's working, and then you can go back and fix it. But if you're just practicing, then you might get some false confidence. You might think, oh, I'm really riding well.
Or
and
you're
then
really good at this particular track, and you don't go
Yeah.
explore, the U.S. and all its tracks and different terrains.
Yeah.
Something to that.
Well, and then with racing too, you're riding on tracks that change more throughout the day because there's more riders. So, yeah, I think racing is coming back. I'm seeing it more and more where kids are actually going on the weekends and planning their week around it. So you actually have to balance both though. It's not just one or the other. It's doing the right thing at the right time of the year too. And
What I expect is from my kids, just give 110%. And if you fall 10th, if you fall 20th, but I can tell because every parent in this pit can tell when their kid's riding well and giving 110. Every single one of them.
Just following him around and kind of listening to everything he had to say was, so cool. Next level. And especially his perspective as a dad, because obviously you know who he is and where he comes from. Right. But now him shifting into being a moto dad and trying to pass along his expertise and all of his knowledge into his kids as a father is really cool.
You have to remember to keep your finger on the front brake this time, okay? So you don't roll, okay? Just a little bit. Then once you know you're not gonna roll, then you can take it off, okay? But you can't roll like you did last time. that busted you up on the line. You're gonna have to look for this, look for the good lines, okay? Carry lots of speed, roll speed. It's not throttle speed, roll speed. And then get on the throttle hard coming out of the turns. Get that step up and then hold it on. Rev the bike out in the air. Even through the rollers right there. Make sure you keep those feet locked in until you get out there so the bike just wants to go straight, okay? Lock them in. Where'd he come out? Again? Good job. But dude, you gotta stay there.
His reaction, like
it's
reaction.
The reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't focus on that. You focus on you.
It's just like crazy. So it's like gone, and you like it stays in it. You know, Tanner lets off.
That was good. If you came out fourth, I didn't see because I was down with Gage, obviously. But
Yeah, you did great, but you got to keep pushing the whole time.
your riding wasn't bad. But if you sit down on that step up one more time, you're not racing. The step up after the step up. Down into the hole and then up. I watched you do it. You fucking sat down off the takeoff. You are going to crash so hard if you do that. I'm not going to let you ride this bike if you don't stand up, because that is the wrong technique. You're going to crash big time. Actually, you did get sketchy when you cased it a little bit because you were sitting on the fucking seat. And I don't want to hear anything about weight and what you are and have your bike and everything else. Kaysen's heavier than you, and he fucking comes out in the top 10 every time. We're all up against our different struggles. Mine is just trying to get him to realize that how tough the sport is. Because just because my last name's the same as your last name doesn't mean that you're going to be like me.
Do your kids realize who you are? How was it about me?
I don't think so.
So do you show them like your highlight?
They've seen all the YouTube shit.
Oh, they do. Okay.
All the battles.
They've seen it.
Okay.
Somebody said something at Glen Helen last weekend when we were there. Dude, your dad's pretty fast.
That's why we thought you were out there to prove them. Like, yo, this is what I can do.
Part of that was
I thought Loretta qualifier ripping like that. Like you had something Prix.
a big part. Yeah, a big part of it is to show them that like the shit that I say isn't. I'm not full of shit. And he's bigger than you. Bigger than you. Here's the deal. You have the times to be right around in the top 10. Okay? But we got to get off the line. We have to think about what would help you. Tell me what would help you think.
I don't know.
Better reaction time.
Yeah, better reaction time. But I think I'm getting it just perfect.
I can promise you you're not getting it just perfect, because obviously if you got it perfect, you'd pull the whole shot. Okay? We need to work on that. All right, that's your biggest thing. You would be in the top. You would be running around right around 10th. You and Braden had lap times that would put you right around 10th place. But we can't do it from behind. We cannot do it from behind. Okay? Think about it. Did you see that trophy that, what's his name won? What's your buddy's name? Smith. What's his first name?
Bryson.
Bryson, you see the trophy? Don't you want one of those?
Yes.
Okay, I want you to have one of those, but you got to get off the line. We need to figure out why we're so shitty on the line.
Yes.
What did you see, babe?
He looked at 10th place star.
Which one?
Gage. And then he was in
You
top
think he was
three
10th?
when they came around. And
Really?
then he-
Yeah, so we just got back from, I guess it'd be, I think that was, I don't know, one of the 50 races. They rode okay. You know, it's tough. My expectations are high. And, you know, it's like, you just heard me on camera. You start in the back, you go that pace, right? So I'm not asking him to ride. I know he can't ride up front right now, but I'm asking him to show up, and he's got to get off the line. And if he starts inside that 10th, you know, around 10th place, like he's got times that'll run that. So we just need seat time, you know, like it's a lot. You know, it's the level of this sport and what it's become from when I was an amateur till now. You know, like look, we're watching it on TV right over here. Supercross is on TV, and it's elevated everything. The information that's out there, there's just so much of it, and you know, you cannot replace seat time, and that's what we're trying to make up.
This weekend, we were able to kind of integrate that Moto Dads feel of miking up the parents and being back at the pit with them, interviewing them, and being really just fly on the wall of everything that they had going on. So to be able to show that for Wes and this event is really cool, because the audience gets to see how we're shooting Moto Dads too, and that same emotional feel that we're going to be giving on this episode from the World Mini is the same emotional feel that you're going to be getting in Moto Dads too. So yeah, it's an exciting thing.
It was really cool, the kind of the freedom we had this weekend, because we didn't do the typical race side service. Yeah. So we kind of had some more room to really dive into the story.
How'd VILLOPOTO do on the bike work? Were you around for any of that?
Jake might have been around for a little bit of that there. You get any bike work? I mean, he seemed like he got it all done after Friday there. He was doing some bike work. There's a lot of stuff written up on the walls in there if you go there from 9 to 5. That's for sure. He's got the kids on a good ride up, some lap times there, some goals, some standards. But as far as the bike work goes, it seems like he was just maintaining that bike this weekend. Nothing too major was going on. Saw him drop it off over to get maybe a little bit of a jet readjustment or two. But other than that, I think those things were humming this weekend. Those
Yeah, I think they're coming over right now. I just pulled up to Steve to get some jetting specs done at BRAX's bike. Check it for that. You know what? I can't help him if he doesn't show up. I already told him 5:30.
You're talking about Gage, because Gage is already out there fucking big animal style.
Yeah, he's got. No, it's good.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I told him on his freaking wood.
And then I obviously spray SC1 on it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like shiny.
Oh, I love it, dude.
The only thing I have going for me right now is we look good. We're not fast.
Dude, we're the same way.
We look good, but we ain't fast yet. Hey, I'm fast. Yeah, they're not.
That's about all you need.
Interview's over. That's the soundbite we needed.
That's the boy we all needed right there. And then aside from the track, how has the level of amateur racing changed since then to now?
Everything's elevated, right? The bikes are better, the kids are better, the kids are further along at a younger age. The amount of information that's out there from YouTube to Instagram on how-tos, you know, it's readily available now. So it's filtered all the way down into the AM program on you know, just how elevated this sport has become at an amateur level, and also still the amount of work that goes into it. Like honestly, like every parent that's here at World Mini or any one of these amateur nationals, like I give it up to all of them, because it's a shit ton of work and travel and obviously we all have high expectations, right? So you know, it is a long road, but it's also, if you actually look at it from like a 30,000 foot view, like it happens very quickly. If you look at it from a bike standpoint, you know, your 50s, your 60s, and then 80 super minis, and at that point you're kind of, if you're not a top 80 super mini kid, like, you know what I mean, like that class is, that super mini class is, I mean, we get some of our best racing at Loretta's in the super mini class, like no joke. So you know, for instance, we have till December on 50s, then we get to ride the 67 and 9 class for 1 year, and then 2 years on the 10 to 11. And then at that point you're on 85s, right? So like, it actually if you look at it on paper, it happens very quickly. So like I said, I give it up to all the parents that do this, you know, like I'm in a very lucky position to be that I don't have a day job, you know, like the ones that do, honestly, I couldn't do it. I don't think I could do it with 2 and then having to go to work on Monday morning. So I give it up to all the parents.
Yeah. And then what has that been like for you transitioning to full-time moto dad?
It's been good. You know, it's the only thing I know. You know, I got to keep it in check on my end, just because we are very, very new and fresh to the this amateur scene and kind of chasing it. But my expectations are high. I just got to always remember, you can't replace seat time, and I know that. But all I ask from my 2 kids is give me 110%, and if that puts you in 15th, then I know that they rode hard and what we need to work on, you know. But when you're out just riding around, that's when every parent gets pissed.
What are we looking forward today versus the last couple of days?
You know, I talked to both of them yesterday, and I said, just pick one thing you want to work on. BRAX said he wants to work on his corners, and GAGE needs to figure out how to get off the line. So I said, okay, and then GAGE is like, you talk too much on the line. I'm like, all right, well then, make me not talk. Show me that I don't have to talk on the line to remind you of all these things. So I'm kind of like, today, I'm just gonna let him kind of do his thing and see if that pans out any different. What are we gonna do? Get that jump, drive it in. Get around that first turn quickly so that you don't give up a bunch of spots right there, and that way you come into this second turn with less people around you. Drive it into the first turn, okay? Love you. It's your last moto of the week. Let's finish it off right.
How's David doing?
Yeah, so.
Having fun?
I think so. Yeah, do them right now. Do them right now. If you're gonna do them right now. Get up on the tank a little bit more. There you go.
Yeah, get it.
Come on, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming!
Get up, big guy!
And how has this year been different for you versus last year? You know, you mentioned there's a big switch in kind of your demeanor and how you're approaching things. How it
so
changed this year?
I grew up with kind of a hard-ass dad, and you know, it's that's the way that I kind of did it with Ezra, and it didn't really work out too well. So I need to change, you know, as far as dad. I need to be a mechanic dad and kind of let him, he's hard on himself and he wants to win just as bad as anybody. And he doesn't need to hear it from me or anybody that, you know, how good or bad he does. You know, he knows when he needs improvement and stuff like that. So I have the team here. My wife's coming along more often now, and we have grandpa's coming along more often, and it's super good. And Ezra really has thrived with having more of the team aspect around just, you know, dad that's always critiquing the good and the bad. So I'm happy with where it's going. You know, Ezra's got something that a lot of, you know, that the family sees, and we're excited to see where the future holds.
And what class did you get that big trophy in?
54-8.
What are your goals for this year?
I'm trying to make it to the Rettos on 65 and trying to win the Rettos on 50.
Hey, right where you were.
Do you want to start?
It was really good.
I didn't get a good jump at all. I missed. It flipped because I missed. And I just drove in the car.
Where? That's good, bud. That's what you need to do. Hey, I think you got 11th in that one. That's right where you're like. That's right where you should be with a good start. You rode. Hey, let me stop. You rode well. You rode well. The two kids that were like 10th and 9th, that they were getting the step up after this one here, you know, and then they were no, listen, and they were hitting the finish. That makes a huge difference. But your riding, your track riding was good. That was your best moto all. That was your best moto all week. That was okay. Do you hear me? You rode well that one. That's what I want to see. Yes, he was jumping the finish and he was hitting the step up, but that's okay. The finish is a big tabletop. See, that's how we need to start our week off, the beginning of the week like that. I think you got 11th in that one. So if we started in the first, I don't know. No, I don't think so, bud. Okay. You rode well, but I don't think you got 12.
I pulled the tear off.
Hey, listen, I've just pulled that when we came off the track. But quit telling stories. Hey, if we start the week off like that, then you can get better through the week instead of starting in the back and then your last moto of the weekend, you ride like you should have rode all week, you know? Does that make sense? But you rode well. You fought through the first turn and the second turn.
I got a horrible jump.
I said you fought through the first turn.
I held it on longer than anyone and went to kind of the outside because I got a horrible jump because I went and I stopped and then the gauge dropped.
Oh, you rolled again.
Yeah, well no, I went, like actually went, not rolled.
Oh. So, but that was good. That's where we need to start our weeks off so that we can improve through the week and get better. Okay? Anytime you get gate drops is good, especially for us. We need the seat time, and like I told him, I said, that right there is where I expect him to be. I don't expect him to be any better than that. He got 11th. That's right where he should be, right? So I wish we could, you know, eventually it'll happen, but start the week off there and then improve, you know, and maybe get a spot or two here and end up 8th, 9th, you know, move a couple spots forward by the end of the week. But yeah, it's tough, you know, you can't start the week off where we did and expect to, you know, I'm just glad that last moto, he was able to ride like he should have been riding all week. So I think some of that's confidence. Yeah, he said he almost hit the gate. He rolled again and was late, but then salvaged it into the first turn and came out way farther up front than he has all weekend. So, which everybody knows, the starts are so key in this sport.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you could start, like I said, start the beginning of the week like that, then it's, you know, you have more room for improvement instead of trying to get to where your baseline is. You know, we started behind our baseline. So, but yeah, on to the next. Mini Monsters is next weekend, so he has got another chance.
That's a long applause, man. I don't know how to make it shorter,
we needed
dude.
it.
But that was
We
good when you
needed
needed
that.
that.
We got a 5-hour drive home. We
Hey,
needed
straight
that.
up, that's why I wanted you guys here. I'm so impressed with the storytelling that you guys have been doing. Everything that came out after Loretta Lynn's.
Thank you, Wes.
Crane's over here trying to show off my big neck.
And
I don't want to.
I believe Wes wanted to get in on our comms last year. right,
Yeah,
Christian?
Actually, I believe that Wes did want to get in on those comms.
we
That
had
was
one
pretty
extra
cool.
comm too.
You guys look like you're having a good time, and I'm like, dude, boys, I like to drink Coors Light. I like to have a good time. Give me a headset. I'm in on this program, and you guys didn't make it happen. So
Yeah.
apparently,
This
I
year,
had to make it happen. So
that's
now
called
you're on
being
my
scared.
comms. Now we're sabotaging your shoots. This is great.
Yeah.
So either way, our sport needs something like this. Not something. It needs exactly what you're doing, and it's been a long time since I've been able to fill that void personally. So to see you guys come along and have this amount of passion and energy and just stamina, honestly, to persevere and tell these stories, it's a lot of hard work that people don't understand, and a lot of money and a lot of sacrifice that you guys are putting into. And I wanted you guys to come here to show you how much I appreciate what you're doing for the sport.
I mean, I couldn't even fathom hearing that through headphones right now. To me, that's just so crazy to hear. Yeah,
And I can't see him too.
I can't see him. So is it real? I'm not sure. He could have recorded that last night, fighting back tears. But for me to hear something like that, that's exactly why you work so hard, and exactly why every week me and Andy look at each other like, is this worth it, right? And yes, it's worth it every single time. Not only for the families, but for all the sponsors, the sport around involved, everybody involved, right? The families that we put so much time and effort into, and everything like that. It's our dream job, right? We are carving our dream job right now.
Yeah.
So all the long hours and all that it's fully worth it, for us. But Moto Dads and everything that we've been able to build as far as the documentary, reality TV show kind of stuff and style, I'm just super proud of, because all of us had such a huge part in what that looked like. And now with season 2 coming out, and this episode that we're putting out this week for you guys on the World Mini is going to have that very, very, very similar flow. And I really think you guys are going to enjoy it. Now we have a 4-camera team instead of a 1-camera team. What we shot Moto Dads 1. Now there's 3 other operators and 3 other brains, which is just a huge success to the program. And the fact that we're not only allowed to do it again, but we're able to get some budget. Greg is still my friend, and we're going to go and shoot some really, really cool story this year. And I think we are just at the tip of the iceberg as far as where this industry will take us, as far as what stories we'll be able to tell. I mean, it's been amazing, and for Wes and all the guys to kind of open their arms to us, I think we're gonna have what a collaboration here with Camworks and Verb Moto for the future. Yeah, I mean, for the rest of the time here, whenever they need us, whenever they want anything, we're right here for them. So we hope we can be flying and shooting as much as we can, and be telling stories all around the world. I got a couple good ideas for the guys that I'll tell them one day soon here, but I think definitely we're up to something. And I think that as soon as some people have done their years and worked their 15 or 20 and are now ready to slightly put their hands behind their head and take a deep breath, I think that it's only fate that a couple guys like us come up to just try to be just a sliver of what we were so inspired on from when we were kids. So yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, boys, and mark it right now.
Yep.
Just the beginning.
Just the beginning. Till next time, fellas. Thank you.
Dude, this shit is so rad. Like, I haven't been this pumped or excited to watch shit since, like, I grew up as a kid watching all the Verb Moto shit when I was little and stuff like that. So keep them coming, dude. It's literally giving me goosebumps and I'm crying at the same time.
Nationally. Phenomenal app for sure.
We saw how some guys ranked today, Wes. If you want to jump in here, and now we got the footage. This is where we're at.
This is FPV from the Camworks boys, 250A, which is not part of our show, but this looked too good. They came in like 3 minutes before we went live, so we had to load some up just to get the show started here. It looks beautiful, huh?
Best beard in the game.
Hey, we got the Camworks boys over here, so I was just making sure I was getting his name right. Rannon, I had to ask him like 3 times a day, and it was like the Pan situation. So
it's Christina.
Rannon from Camworks crushing the FPV footage today. So tomorrow I'll get it a little bit earlier. We'll do a little compilation, but obviously pretty uncut, literally uncut here. So
till next time, fellas. Thank you.